Today at Let's Talk Marketplace, we talked about
the most important marketplace news in May. We have some insights about the EU reviews on the About You and Zalando merger, talk about Nike returning to Amazon, and good news from the German e-commerce market.
And we celebrate the official launch of our Marketplace Leaders Circle.
Yay! Have fun listening!
Let's Talk Marketplace.
The Marketplace podcast with Ingrid Lommer and Valerie Dichtel.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's Talk Marketplace again. And it's the beginning of the month, so that means it's time for us to look back and talk about what happened in the Marketplace universe in the last 4 weeks, as we always do in our news episodes. So, Valerie, what was your biggest news in May?
I would say my personal biggest news is the start of the community of the Marketplace Leaders Circle.
Which was yesterday.
Yes, which was yesterday. And yesterday was Sunday, so it was not like... There was no confetti.
No. and no big talks in the beginning or something.
No, there was just a Sunday episode of work to send out the welcome email. But it was really nice to see who already joined. And that we're finally starting this, which we are working for a month now.
Yeah,
so
for a long,
that's really
long
nice.
time. Yeah, now it comes together.
Yeah, so I hope you have more news because when I sat through the opening interview of the ECD conference last week, no, not last week, the week before, with both Tarek Müller from About You and David Schneider from Zalando, they were on stage, but unfortunately, that was a very basic level interview. No further insights on the merger, no word on what this means for brands selling on either platform. It was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, well, a bit is putting it mildly, I think, because, I mean, come on. They put David Schneider and Tarek Müller both on one stage, and about half a year after the merger was announced, and the whole audience is full of brands and fashion brands, so who want to know what happens next.
Yeah, and the first question was, I guess, how do you relax?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
How do you
I
relax?
don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't care. I want to know what's going on here.
Yeah, that was the first one. And the second one was, I think, let's get the elephant out of the room. How are you doing with the merger? And that was the only question about this topic.
Yeah.
And it was like, come on. I mean, I know you're all bound to your PR regulations and stuff, but a little bit, just give us a little bit. But yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. Well, but on that front of our community proved actually a lot because from our whole community, my customers, etc. They called me last week and they were like, "Hey Valerie, we have some news. Are you sure this is really we got something, an email, and we were not sure
if it's really
true.
Is it a scam or something?
Is it a scam? We really tried hard to find out. It's from the European Commission. And I was like, okay. So that's about a news part of the day. The first news, it's about Zalando and About You. The merger investigation is officially underway. So it's happening. Brands actively selling on Zalando have started receiving from About You have started receiving formal emails from the European Commission's Directorate General of Competition regarding the proposed merger with About You. So the message confirms that the merger was officially notified on May 22nd, 2025, and that an investigation is now open under EU merger control regulations. So that means that the assesses potential impacts on competition. The Commission is seeding out formal information requests, and they are mandatory. So there was really if you don't answer the request in time, you will have to pay a fee. And they were like, no, maybe it's true. And I was like, yeah, I guess so too. So you should fill it out. And brands are what happens. Brands are being asked to complete a detailed online questionnaire with a tight deadline. Failure to respond could result in penalty fees. So if you're selling on Zalando and About You, I would say, and received this email, this isn't just a survey. But I think when we announced this podcast episode, the deadline is already done. So I think it was today. So yeah, it is part of legal proceeding that could shape the future of fashion marketplace in Europe. So I hope you all did a good survey.
Yeah, and filled it out. Yeah, because maybe to give you a bit of background, because Valerie sent me over that, and it's like, can you do a bit of
Can you
research on
please,
this?
like, yeah.
Come on, what is this? And so I dove into the proceedings here of a merger investigation, which I actually didn't know by heart. So it obviously, it seems that an EU merger review is normally following a two-phase process. So in the first one, that is about 25 days after the first notification, so until 25 days after May 22nd. Then it's being reviewed, and if there are no serious concerns for the merger found, then the whole merger could be cleared as early as late June or mid-July. But as these emails are now being sent out, that might suggest that the EU Commission does have a few concerns and is looking a bit more in detail at this case. And if that is the case, then this whole merger review enters phase 2, and that could take up to 100 working days. And then the whole merger might take as long as October or November this year. So let's see.
So
But
see.
yeah, it's not with every merger the EU Commission sends out these kinds of emails. So it seems to be a bigger deal. And yeah, we'll see how fast this really goes. Zalando and About You both are still keeping to their own timeline and saying that it will be closed in summer. Let's see. Yeah, so that was that.
So if you also got something like that, like you can also comment under this post or on LinkedIn or whatever, because we would be quite curious who else is affected. Or you write us in DM if you don't want to show it.
Yeah, that would be
officially.
interesting how many of those emails were sent out, because that gives us an idea of how seriously the Commission is taking this merger review.
And it was actually sellers and wholesaler. So both.
Interesting. Yeah, so that was the first news piece, quite big one, I think. And well, what else do we have? Well, what about Nike? Nike is back on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, who would have thought that? You might remember they turned their backs on Amazon, I think 4 years ago, I think 2021 or something. And concentrating fully on their D2C strategy. I think we had that a few years ago in the podcast as well. And then about 10, 12 months ago, the first rumors came up that Nike might be doubling down on this strategy, because they hired a long-time Amazon fashion executive, Muj Adric Dogan, or Dogan, I don't know how you pronounce him. But, and that was sort of the first sign that things might be changing, and now they're actually back as a 1P vendor, just vendor, no seller, and they are strictly gated, so they're controlling their own stock, and they only Amazon is allowed to sell their stock, and there's no sellers on their products and so on, but they're back. Yeah, so even Nike can't do without marketplaces.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be where your customers are, right? And especially in the US, for example, Amazon is even more important than in Europe. And I mean, Nike is an American brand, so I think that's it for it. But I also think that Nike was never really gone from Amazon. I mean, there was like so much like gray market products, etc. So but now definitely with a better selection and new products, and
and more control, basically.
And more control, and let's see who will follow or who will follow in the future. Because there are still a lot of like some D2C brands who are still not online on marketplace businesses.
But I think the last one who fell over was Peloton. It was also driven back to Amazon after they did quite disastrous on their own, and now they're back there as well. And we have, I think, a very special cooperation going on with Amazon or something. And now it's Nike. Yeah, what else do I have? Talking about changing strategy. In this case, it's the other way around, because I have one news piece about You. They were one of the first retailers that started out on TikTok Shop Germany. and they have already closed it down again. So they were one of the first, together with the likes of Hitchler and Deiters and other successful D2C brands, and they actually had a, I don't know, live shopping stream going on that was sending out daily to as many viewers as, I don't know, 14, 30 people at a time. And 3 weeks after that, they pulled the plug because the results were so disappointing. Interesting. I thought they
I
would have
mean,
stick it out a bit longer, actually.
well, I mean, I read an article today about a startup, and they were like, you really need to test hard.
Mm.
Also, like Netflix, for example, is also testing very, very hard and fast. And then you have the results. So if you are testing it for 4 weeks, if you're like really putting your focus in there and you don't see the results, I think after 4 weeks is already okay to put the plug out of it. I mean, you can try it again, right? If there's like new insights or new test scenarios, but overall, if it's not working for 4 weeks,
So
yeah,
you think they might be back later on?
I would not say never, yeah, but not now.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just wondering because when they started out, I thought, yeah, that does fit the DNA of About You. I mean, this influencer-based selling model is driven by personalities, driven by personal styles, and so on. And I thought, yeah, this is something that you might be able to do with TikTok. So I was astonished to hear that it didn't work out for them at all, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else do I have? Some results from the Otto Group. You're a bit German, our news flash today, I'm afraid, but well, there was lots of German news here. So in this case, it was the Otto Group, and they put in some fiscal numbers for the fiscal year of 2024-2025. And after several years in which the Otto Group hasn't been doing very well, it now looks better because the GMV rose by 9% to more than 7 billion euro. And the number of active customers also increased a bit. And they are expecting to break the GMV of 10 billion
10 billion.
euros by 2030. And most of that is due to a very, very positive marketplace business. So, which is, I was actually, yeah, surprised to hear that because from what we heard last year, the news from last year didn't really, I don't know, suggest that Otto was putting a lot of faith in their own marketplace business, but it
Well,
seems to be working well.
but you also need to be aware we're talking about the Otto Group, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Otto Group doesn't mean just Otto Markets, Otto Marketplace. I think it's also Bon Prix, it's also Lascana.
It is, but the
It's
marketplace
also
business is the driver of the growth.
okay.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, that's an important detail. And they have like a new. They also have a new C level, right?
Yes, though you caught me cold-handed here. I
But
don't have the name.
now they are more in female hands, right?
Yes, they are. They are. But that is the CFO, I think. Yeah, I'm totally out of here. No idea. But yeah, let's see. I mean, it's always nice to hear then when things are looking up at the moment, because we have been
Yeah,
reporting about so many bad figures over the
that's
last
true.
year. That it's always like, oh, someone's doing well. That's
Yeah.
nice. Good.
So
Keep
yeah,
doing that.
and how is Germany doing? Actually, there's a
Yeah.
report I really love because it's for free and quite like fruitful
Yes.
to read it. You can
Yeah,
really
very
learn
good
much
data.
about it.
Yeah.
So the HDE, the German Trade Association, has raised its annual forecast, and they also announced their HDE online monitor for 2025.
Yeah, it's called 2025. It's
24.
2024
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah. But finally, it's out, and I'm always like looking into these numbers and like also showing them on like presentations, etc. So if you need something to know more about the German market, that's a good one, but
Yeah.
it's in German.
Yep.
And the good thing is we will have a deeper look and we will share some numbers and translate it into English in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
step by step.
Yeah,
Not
we're already
everything, but
working on
everything
that.
which
Yeah.
is relevant for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, the most relevant
Yeah,
marketplace figures. Yeah,
yeah.
and they are looking good actually. The online retail market in Germany is supposed to grow again. So it has grown in 2024 by 4%. Total sales climbing to 92 billion euros. So this might not sound too much if you, I don't know, from a country that is still doing well growth like. But for the German e-commerce, this is really good because the last 2 years
We're bumpy.
were really, really not nice. It
Yeah.
was stagnating, no growth at all. And I think last year it was even e-commerce numbers even went down a little bit for the first time in ever. So, and now it's looking back up again.
Yeah.
But part of that story also is that everything that is growing is happening in Germany is happening on marketplaces. So all marketplaces together. So the main share going to Amazon, of course, because Amazon is so strong over here. But still, all marketplaces together have grown their turnover by 8.8%.
Yeah.
So, and the rest of the market is still shrinking. So if you are not on a marketplace, it's still not a good year.
Yeah. And it also shows that as sometimes we're still told like, yeah, marketplaces, they don't have a future.
Yeah.
I doubt it. So yeah, it will change. It always changed. It will always change. But I think it will stay.
Yeah. Well, talking about things with a future, I would like to bring here up two news pieces that are not that, it's not something that will be affecting your business, your everyday business, like tomorrow or next week, but it's something to take a look at. And the first one is Roblox, which is a gaming platform actually with a huge numbers of people using it every day and huge, retention times and stuff like that. And I think we had it last year on one of your news flashes where we reported that Roblox is looking into possibilities of social commerce, e-commerce. And now they have entered in the US a partnership with Shopify. So new APIs will allow brands to sell their physical products directly in the online games.
Hello, merch world.
Yes. Yeah, not only actually. I think it's not just merch. There's a lot of other things going on as well, and there's also already a lot of brands that are using it as a marketing platform and building games that people can use, and then which is all branded and leads to their normal store. But you can also now sell products directly there, and I mean this is a huge platform that people who don't use it just don't have on the radar at all, but they should, I think. It's an
Sounds like
interesting
it.
thing.
And what else should people have on the radar is Amazon's AI-powered shopping advisor,
Yes.
Rufus. Because they could revolutionize the entire search landscape. Channel X projections show that Rufus was responsible for almost 14% of queries in October 2024. And I mean, it's like already, I don't know, 8-9 months ago, and this figure is likely to be significantly higher now, I would say.
Yeah, it was all old numbers that Channel X projected here, but to get an idea of how strong this shopping AI already is. And Amazon is pushing it only in the US at the moment, but this is just a matter of time. And well, I think we can, maybe this is something for our summer edition, where we think about a world in which marketplaces are, I don't know, substituted by a shopping advisor, an AI.
And what was quite interesting, because at the ECD there was also Florian Mayer from Amazon Fashion Europe, and he also talked about Rufus in a discussion, and that will be even more important on stage. So I am sorry, I cannot remember what he exactly said, but he talked about Rufus and that he's also using it already. So maybe it's already in Europe. I'm not quite sure, but he's from Europe, definitely. And I also had a quick note into my notices notes from the ECD. Tarek Müller from About You also told that the registration for new brands who want to sell at About You will be much easier and will be much supported this year. So if you have gotten a no in the past years or month, you should try it again, I would say.
Yeah. That was actually a real news bit that he brought to the stage.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true. That's true. And I think that's quite important because we have as you said, our marketplace leader circle started for soft lines brands. Actually, this week when we post this podcast exactly on Thursday, is our first mastermind session, and we have so many great brands to join. Because this is a marketplace leader circle for marketplace decision makers from fashion, sports, shoes, and accessoires brands. And we have brands like Marco Polo, S. Oliver. We have Pentland Group from UK joining. We have Hunkemöller. We have We Fashion from the Netherlands. My Jewelry. Mammut, Camel Active, Armed Angels. Legero from Austria. So we have so many brands joining. Ola Popkin. So it's really, really great to see this so fruitful growing. And after the start of the first one, soft lines is before the start of the first ones for hard lines. We will start in October the Marketplace Leaders Circle for electronic brands, for marketplace decision makers of
Home and living,
garden, DIY
garden.
tools, toys. So everything which is, or sports equipment. So everything which is hard goods. Let's keep it like that. And if you're interested in that one, then please just come up to us and we will find a way to get you in there if you meet all the guidelines, because it's invitation only. So I'm really excited to start this one. It's a great year, and we also see that we have a really good year, and we're really grateful for that.
Yes, definitely. And I'm really curious to find out how this community will evolve and how people will interact and what they will learn from each other, and how much of their input will be filling our news in the future and everything else. So looking forward to that, and also looking forward to our hardline start in October. So I guess
if you liked listening to us today, you could make us very happy by following us and rating our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or maybe YouTube. And if you want, of course, tune in for the next time. Next week, I would be happy if I may welcome you again. And I'm on my own because Ingrid is on holiday. But I'm joined by Michael Grundwürmer, CEO and co-founder of Alpha Trail, for his marketplace story in sporting goods. They do bike parts. So I'm really excited about that. And I wish you a great holiday, Ingrid.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to have it. Right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
You listen to Let's Talk Marketplace,
the Marketplace podcast with Ingrid Lommer and Valerie Dichtel.